You always start, Joe.
I don't always start. I only start when I'm ready to start.
Are you ready?
Cue the intro. It's JoJo here from Big Shark Gaming.
And Jay here from Big Shark Gaming.
And today we're going to talk to you about Sm4sh, the 3DS version. By now we know that the Wii U version is coming out on November 21st. Sakurai has confirmed that. We both got Smash 4 for the 3DS. You can't really see that. There you go. Everyone knows what the box cover looks like, so it was a little bit stupid of you, Jay, but that's fine.
Just so we have a box.
So, yeah.
Do we have a box?
We have two boxes.
We have 2 boxes.
Alright, so we figured that usually we do like gaming reviews and stuff, as you guys already know, but we decided that since we both have the game,
and we both have different opinions,
that we would just do a pond and talk about it a little bit.
Plus, we haven't done a pond in a while, so.
Yeah, but this is gonna be a shorter pond. This is like our first ever review pond. No. I'll high five you. So yeah, where to start? Jay, tell me your favorite things about the new Smash Bros.
My favorite thing about the new Smash Bros. Is, I like the way Classic Mode got reworked. I feel that it's a lot faster than it used to be. Doing it with everybody probably won't be as annoying. So, if you don't do it on 9.0.
If I recall, I beat 9.0 before you did.
Was it easy?
Yeah, it was hard, don't get me wrong. It was pretty difficult. Fuck you, Inky. I'm looking at Inky over here. As you see, we have like a Pac-Man thing. If you actually look, we have like a whole maze. Inky's over there. And and Jay and I were playing. We were playing Pac-Man the other day, and Inky kept killing both of us.
Only Inky.
Every time we died, it was to Inky.
Except one time it was to Clyde.
And I died one time to Shadow. Well, Blinky.
Shadow's a better name.
Yeah, Shadow's a better name. But yeah, back to Smash Bros. Well, that actually is a segue into Smash Bros. Because Pac-Man isn't. But no, to be honest, you remember you were sitting next to me and I was breezing through 9.0. I was just, you were like, you're already up to the Shadow clone already? I breezed through it. It was hard, don't get me wrong, it was hard. I died many a times until I had that like one really dominant run against
In all honesty, even on 9.0, I really didn't have too much of a problem getting up to Master Core. It was really just beating it. That was...
Yeah, no, but I definitely agree. I definitely like the way that Classic Mode runs this time. It's not just sitting there and like, then I was just screaming, Master Hand! Every single time you like go to fight somebody.
And Crazy Hand!
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, there is an element to the game where if you're on difficulty 7.0 or higher, you get 6. Is it 6? Okay, 6.0 or higher, you get
a
to fight boss. Master Hand and Crazy Hand. But about 100 HP into the battle or so, depending on your intensity, Master Hand, Crazy Hand just disappears. I don't know what happens to him. He's just like, he's out.
He dissolves.
He's like, fuck this. He's like, I'm not involved in this. Crazy Master Hand just kind of goes. That was a literal thing, and then depending on what your intensity, a monster comes out of it, a shadow monster. If it's, I think it's like 6 to 7, it's the swords.
Oh, it's Chocolate Swords?
Yeah,
I don't think I ever got the swords.
And well, you get many swords. I actually think that's the hardest one.
I agree.
Not on 6. On 6 is perfectly fine, but I think
overall
the swords are the hardest ones. Mm-hmm. On 8, no, like 7 to I think like 8.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's you get like this lizard that looks a lot like Armageddon, which is cool because Armageddon is actually pretty awesome.
And then from 8 and higher,
you start off with like this man. Dude. It's like this big golem that sits behind the screen and like he kind of just like throws his hands around and like
picks up
the stage and laser balls and stuff. But
and hits you with his ear tumor.
Yeah, his whole head becomes like just one giant glob. So the chronology of the fight is that depending on the intensity you fight a few things, it's either a sword, a shadow version of yourself, and then this like core that you don't have to really do anything with. You just sit there damaging it until it dies.
I looked it up. If you leave it alone, it will kill you.
Kill you?
Kill you.
Well,
I don't know how.
Or you could fight Armageddon, the swords, the clone, and then the orb, and then on the highest intensity you fight the golem, you fight the Armageddon, you fight the swords, the clone, and then the core. So it was pretty cool. It was a nice little like twist on.
And the music's really cool. I like it. I like the music a lot.
Well, you're always like a sucker for music, so. Speaking of that, how is the music in this game? Do you feel this game is better musically wise based than the previous Smash Bros, or do you think it's about the same?
I think it's very good. The selection of music that's in the game is phenomenal. But I feel like the selection of music that plays for the regular stages, not just for like Smash Run or the sound test or whatever, is a little bit disappointing. Only having 2 songs per stage and having this whole long list of extra songs. Like there's this whole long list of extra songs that literally only play for Smash Run.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. Smash Run is pretty fun.
Smash Run is. We'll get to that later.
I feel like. Oh, we can get to that now.
Cool, we can get to that now.
I feel like Smash Run is really fun. There's a lot of things you could do with it. There's a bunch of different like. At the end of Smash Run, you play for 5 minutes. You collect power ups. You collect customizations. You collect trophies, gold. You fight your way through enemies. Depending on the variety of difficulty and power. Like, there's some enemies that are just really powerful, some enemies that just Bonkers. Really not. Yeah, Bonkers from Kirby is really strong. The Polar Bears have gotten really strong.
The Polar Bears are annoying.
The eggplants from Kid Icarus are in it, and they're, like, unbeatable. You have to hit them in the head. And then, there's some other enemies. There's Orange that come, apparently, and they just chase you around the stage.
And they are relentless.
There's a lot of enemies, and they're humongous, by the way, and terrifying. Terrifying. There's a variety of things you can level up. You can level up your jump, your speed, your defense, your arms, which is your throw and stuff, your special, and your attack. So there's 6 stats that you could upgrade. And that goes on a range of 0, 1 through 100. I mean, 0, 1 through 1,000. You can die. If you die, like, you lose stats. But then you just respawn. There's various events that happen throughout the Smash Run, but at the end of the Smash Run, you get like one different event. There's like multi-man Smash,
versus enemy Smash,
Mega Smash, which is when all of them are big.
Mushrooms or
Final Smash
like
is
item
climb.
smashes.
Yeah, there's climb. There's race, which is
love
a race to a finish. But the only thing that I don't like about Smash Run is that after we do it a certain amount of times, it feels really repetitive.
Right.
And you could always take different paths, but at the end of the day, you're still doing the same thing pretty much for the 5 minutes. And
right.
At the end, you're always sitting there hoping that you get a certain game and you never get it. And there's no way to like play those games outside of Smash Run.
I agree with that.
Like, it would be so much fun to like.
If we could just do the race.
Yeah, like you have like the online play for fun, included like the race or climb or like stuff like that. That'd be awesome. And another thing about Smash Run is that like some enemies take so long to kill. And they're not even really like worth the reward. Like what's the enemy that's really hard? Well, Ghastly's like impossible to kill because you need projectiles.
Characters like Ike can't kill him.
Yeah, characters like who else can kill him? Oh, fuck, someone I use Shulk can't kill him. And there's a lot of enemies that there's a lot of characters that just can't kill Ghastly, and like even if you can kill him, he doesn't really give you anything special.
Right. Just a common enemy.
So, you talk about Smash Run because you seem really excited about this. So,
first thing first, before we start, when I was watching some reviews for it, I heard some negative things about Smash Run. Game Explain said it was a little repetitive. IGN said it was too random. Pro Jared said along the same lines. And then J-Witch, he's a big Pokemon guy, he's complimented Smash Run. He said it was really good. So going into the game, between me blogging about it, doing all the coverage, and these reviews, I didn't know what to expect out of Smash Run But now that I got my hands on it, I feel it's really fun. It is a little repetitive, but I feel like the way you start in a different spot and different events happen every time, different enemies show up every time. I feel like there's enough difference in each playthrough.
And we learned yesterday when we were using the Mii's, my Mii is very slow, and it really can't jump too well. If you're using a slow character, you really are gonna have a hard time doing Smash Run. You can get to the final Smash and win, but you're gonna have a hard time really like building up your character.
One more thing. Speaking of building up your character, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but just by doing actions like running, jumping, attacking, even if you don't hit anything, that pulls up your stats a little bit. I think it's like 1 point per jump, 1 point per punch or kick or whatever. Same thing with your specials. When you pick up an item, it pulls up your arms a little bit. So that's neat.
What was I saying? You interrupted me. But yeah, no, I think this is like a faster, more fleet, agile character thing. Because you could use like fast characters and have no problem at all. But you could use slow characters and you're gonna sit there like, why did I choose this character?
For the first while, I think later on once you start picking up.
No, I was using frigging my Mii and I'm 100% strength build on my Mii, and it took me like 4.5 minutes to finally get going. And by then it was just like already over. And there was like points where like I was sitting there and I was trying to jump up on this ledge for the platform that brings you up to the sky. I was sitting there trying to jump on that ledge for like a good fucking 10 minutes. Double jumping, could not get up there. And it's not a high ledge.
It's not a high ledge at all. That's why.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like maybe it's just unrealistic because of me, because me is kind of short. But yeah, no, I could not get up there. So I like Smash Run. I think it's a nice little add-on to the game.
I think it is really cool with all the different enemies, even that stupid little sneaky spirit from Heaven.
Oh yeah, you sit there like, oh look, it's this enemy. Oh look, it's that enemy, and you're like, that's the cool part, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's just like this conjunction of like
the fan service.
I didn't make it.
That's because you're not Nintendo.
That's because you're not Nintendo, Tom Berry. My name is Rick.
Yes, but you're Tom Berry. I think one of the cool little Easter egg thing is when you're fighting the Starmen from Earthbound.
Actually, if you think about it, Cactuar could have made it because Cactuar's been in a few Nintendo games.
That's true. Yeah. When you fight the Starman enemy, if you reflect their PK beam at them, it'll want to kill them. But the way right before they die, it gets like the little critical hit thing from Earthbound, the little smash, like 15 A's. I think seeing that was just so cool.
So, what do you think about the pros of this game? Like, you know, the pros and cons. What do you think of the pros, the highlights of this game?
Well, it definitely caters both the casual and competitive players. It's definitely a little bit faster than Brawl.
It's a lot faster than Brawl.
It's a lot faster than Brawl. You got all the Final Destination versions of all the stages, so you can go to these Final Destination stages without going to Final Destination, and it's
that's a big thing. The Omega and the normal thing. I actually think that's one of probably the best feature into the game, because now you could sit there and you could enjoy every single stage,
all the background.
You don't have to worry about people running away from you for a half an hour, even though people do that anyway online.
That's because people are stupid.
Like you get and you can enjoy like music. It's like I can sit there and go to Wily's castle and listen to frigging gonna make a sandwich. Gonna make a sandwich. It has cheese.
Like, I probably would have never liked the Gore playing music from Xenoblade if I didn't have that for the Omega option, because I probably would have never heard that song.
I actually knew about that song because I'm actually a big Xenoblade fan.
You are. I can't really get into it.
Yeah, I'm actually a big Xeno Saga and Xeno Cross.
That's why he was excited for Shulk.
Yeah, but Shulk is kind of like underwhelming.
Let's talk about the newcomers.
Okay, so far my favorite newcomer, even though I hate fighting him online because people spam him to death, I fought a Japanese kid using this character last night, and I ended up winning, but it was so spammy, like the entire game, and I feel that's a big problem with online right now. Everybody's either using characters that can counter
or spam a projectile.
I agree. So I was facing Greninja last night, and
I didn't know that's who it was.
I love Greninja, and like because I've already been like reading some things, and there's like tactical Greninja, there's like sneaky Greninja, which I don't think I fall in either ones because I like to wait for you to use like a special move to try to recover back on the stage and then hydro pump you out of range of recovering, as I've done to you quite a few times. When I use Greninja, I get Jay so mixed up using like hydro pump and shadow sneak.
I've gotten lost a couple
That like he gets lost and like he needs to pull out the GPS. Like where the hell is this frog? Greninja could be an incredibly swift attacker, and you could use his moves to really like amplify his speed.
That's the
he's
case with
quick.
a lot of these spammy characters. People don't unlock the full potential because they just sit there, water shaking,
Yeah,
shaking, substitute.
Yep. Shadow sneak, and like after a while, it becomes really easy to predict. I feel Little Mac is really underwhelming,
especially in one-on-one Greninja, because there's nothing to focus on except that little shadow
Yep.
sliding across the.
Yep. I feel Shadow Sneak is like really underwhelming in one-on-one fights. I think it's better in like or dark stages, where you could really like focus it and people aren't really focusing on you as much.
Right, because there's just so much going on.
And like, I feel Greninja will be fine even without Shadow Sneak, because like he's a good character.
He's fast enough. Anyway.
Yeah, and I did it to you yesterday where like he could juggle really well, and like on like custom builds, if you raise his speed and power enough, you could actually like get him in one jump all the way up to the top of the screen
and just tap somebody, and since they're off
like,
the screen.
I launched Jay yesterday, and like he was almost to the top of the screen, and I jumped up one hop and used my up A, and you died.
Because I'm technically off the screen already.
Yeah, and like you didn't really have that much damage. You were like at like 40%, and you gave me like the only like really look. Like really, that's some bullshit, Joe. But yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing a giraffe onesie. I'll explain this in a little while at the end of this. It has something to do with what's going on this weekend. But yeah, no. I think one character that has the potential to be absolutely broken is Rosalina.
Definitely.
Jay barely knows how to use her, but the fact that like she has Luma and herself makes her like such a prominent attacker. All you have to do is really raise her defense and her attack with custom sets. And I'm so glad that like custom sets aren't allowed on for Glory for this reason. I feel it should be allowed for some people.
Right.
Like Palutena to Mies, because Palutena becomes kind of like a little bit like...
Yeah, Palutena's basic moveset is kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
You got your Reflect and a counter. That's a little unnecessary.
Yeah,
Warp is and Auto Reticle pretty much sucks.
Auto Reticle's okay.
It's okay, but it's fast.
Yeah, Rosalina has the potential to be one of the most broken characters.
Like, going in, we thought she'd be a little bit like Ice Climbers.
I never thought that.
Well,
you thought that.
I thought that. I wasn't expecting Luma to be that strong. Luma can kill.
Luma can kill. I've been killed by Luma before.
Luma can kill.
Luma actually has an animation that looks like Max Uppercut.
Yeah.
And
that's not a smash attack. That's just a kill attack.
Yeah, no, that's just... And I got hit with it last night, and it was like the first stock I lost in a while. And someone threw Luma at me, and I dodged it, and I went to turn around. I was playing with Lucario. I went to backstep, and the moment I backstep, Luma was just like... I was like, ah, fuck.
Like, if Luma wasn't that strong, it'd be fine.
I don't think so. I think the fact that she's able to toss Luma and literally, like, sandwich you in between, like, them two is a problem. If it was... She could either, A, have a little bit more recharge for Luma have a little bit less health.
Yeah, Luma respawns way too fast.
Luma not be able to get so far away from Rosalina. Like, if... I don't mind, like, it being able to get so far away. But it should, like...
Go back to her.
Lose its coherency the further it is away. Like, say, like, I throw Luma 100 feet away.
Right.
It's not going to be able to sit there and physically be able to watch me shadowbox.
Like, you think...
Because that's what it is. Luma's using the moves that Palutena's using, pretty much. Rosalina, sorry.
Too many princesses.
So...
Right.
It should be like, the further away it is, a percentage that it's not going to do anything.
Or even then, just there should be a lag between Rosalina's action and Luma copying it.
Yeah.
And Joe's right. Luma respawns way too fast.
Yeah, and I like the fact that there's like other Lumas,
Like different color ones.
but I feel like they nerfed Olimar from Brawl
Definitely.
because Olimar was
Brawlamar.
Olimar was so overpowered,
And now
but now like Rosalina is
completely
almost
trumped.
exactly the Olimar from Brawl.
And Olimar just can't keep up anymore. He's old.
That's like Pit. Pit can't pick up no more.
He's old too.
Yeah. Well, Pit's like 30.
Yeah, he can't. And he doesn't know how to read.
Yeah. He also eats food off the floor.
Hey, floor ice cream gives you health.
So
I think my favorite newcomer is Pac-Man right now.
my favorite newcomer is Black Yoshi.
He's not a newcomer, Joe.
Technically, he is.
No. He's a clone.
Technically, Black Yoshi is. Well, so is Dark Pit, and Dark Pit's a newcomer. So is Lucina, and she's a newcomer. Your finger smells like ice cream.
Good.
Smell it.
No.
Smell
So, moving on, back to Pac-Man.
No, I don't want to talk about Pac-Man.
Fine. What do you want to talk about, Joe?
I want to talk about Black Yoshi.
Black Yoshi.
Okay, so
This is why our podcasts are so long.
what?
Because we go up on all the stupid
Our podcast is actually short for podcast. I hope you know that.
Okay.
Some there's podcasts that are like an hour and a half, 2 hours long.
All right, so
It'll be fine.
let's talk about Black Yoshi.
Oh, so Jay, tell me,
Black Yoshi's stupid.
why is it stupid, Jay?
Just
No, explain to our schnoz
is. To our snot.
why, schnoz. Explain to our adoring public why,
Joe
Black-
has a Yoshi that he uses, and what's the build? Speed and attack?
No, it's actually, speed, defense, and attack. I found a way to have all 3 plus. It's a minor plus, but,
It's a plus.
my special set is 2-1-1-2. I don't know the exact, names of the moves, but it's,
Lick.
yeah. It's the lick that it doesn't actually eat. It kind of just jumps and whips you with your tongue. I use the regular egg roll. I use the regular egg throw, but then I use the Yoshi bomb, the egg bomb. It is Yoshi bomb. I use the Yoshi bomb that it doesn't really cause that much damage, but the huge stars shoot out of it.
And the range on that is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, you see the size of those stars. But the custom build doesn't really matter because I've been destroying people with it even online.
Sure you have.
And obviously for glory you don't have the custom builds. Oh, that's something that I forgot to mention that I don't like about this game. But yeah,
Let's go back to that.
yeah. So tell me, Jay, why do you not like my Yoshi?
He's too fast. I feel like actually that's a good segue. I feel like a lot of the returning veterans got really, really buffed in ways that they needed to be buffed, except Olimar.
And Pit.
I haven't really played this
Pit is like, in case you guys didn't know, Pit was my main character in Smash Bros. Brawl, and probably my most lethal character.
Definitely.
But like my main game was not spamming the donut. What was that face? But like I was incredibly good with the arrows. Like I think I had like, I'm just gonna guess.
He didn't spam him.
No, I didn't spam.
He didn't spam him. He was just really accurate.
Just like so accurate, and I was good at like poking to the point where like Jay couldn't really do much against me. It would leave him like the perfect distance away, and like I was more like a timing based Pit where like
A patient pit.
yeah, but I wasn't exactly patient.
You were like a trap pit.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of putting it. Like I would lure people into traps, and the arrows were a big part of that because they're the perfect setup.
Definitely.
They're fast. They're bendable. You could stop an opponent from charging, running at you for a dash attack. You could charge them up a little bit.
A little bit. They don't really do much more.
You unfortunately the only thing you can't do with the arrows was hold them forever until you want them to shoot. There was a small timer on it.
Which I think is good.
But now the arrows in this game are so slow. They're really incredibly bendable and really like controllable, but like
they're so
slow that like it doesn't help my pit at all. I don't mind losing the chain because it's upper dash is fine. You get super armor. It can kill. It's 2 attacks and it can actually kill. Pit needed a kill move.
I hear it can reflect projectiles too.
Yeah, I can. I did it yesterday actually. I was so sad that Dark Pit was not what he was rumored to be, and he was rumored to have the brawl moveset for Pit,
which would have been awesome,
but he didn't, and he was just a pure clone, except for the final smash of Pit,
which he steals from Zelda.
Yeah, exactly. It's like just a dark arrow, even though it's clearly him sniping, but like
really up close.
Yeah, we know. So yeah, my Black Yoshi's kind of unbeatable. Jay has like pulled his hair out. He has like gone a little bit crazy.
Look how much less hair I have.
People online have not even been able to beat it. People have started dubbing it the Night Fury.
People?
Yeah, I didn't make that up.
Oh! I did not know that.
I didn't start calling myself the Night Fury. People start calling me the Night Fury because, you know, like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragons is like the black dragon, the fastest dragon. He's like the most powerful. Like
I knew about Toothless. I knew you were making a reference to Toothless, but I thought you came up with that.
No, I didn't come up with that. Yeah. People on Instagram came up with that. But so I've just run along with it, and like I've become like the Night Fury, where like the thing as of yesterday, my online 1v1 record is 46-5. 46 wins and 5 losses. That's a 90% win rate. But not to brag or anything, but like I think at this point Yoshi is pretty broken.
No, he's low tier. People won't pay attention to him.
That's why I'm glad, because like I know the tier list is coming out eventually. I know Rosalie is going to be a top of the tier list. I know Meta Knight's not going to be top tier anymore. Obviously, Snake is not going to be top tier because he's not even in the game.
Same thing with Lucas. Ice Climbers. They're like tier 2.
Yeah, Ice Climbers were definitely like in the top tiers.
I think there were 2.
Was Olimar 2?
He was 2 or 3. He was up there. So was Zero Suit.
Yeah, Zero Suit I think was 5. I don't remember the exact tier list for Brawl. I never really paid attention to it. That's why.
Tiers are stupid.
I know the main character I used was like 16th, and Ike was like 23. Ike is actually really good in this game.
I feel like I was playing around with him. I feel like he got faster.
Yeah, he did get a little bit faster. He's still just as strong. I broke your shield yesterday.
Same thing with Bowser. Bowser got a lot
faster. Bowser is so good in this game.
Bowser got so much faster, and he's still just as strong. And
Bowser is so good in this game.
And he's scary.
I haven't really tested out Rob yet. I want to test out Duck Hunt Dog. I'm still so upset about Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense. He used the clown car in, one game? It was Paper Mario Sticker Star.
He used it in New Super Mario Bros., but that's not really important.
But the fact of the matter is,
the
Koopalings all use it. And that's a problem, because they have never had any sort of interaction with the clown car.
They all have their own airships.
Yeah, they have their own airships. Like, I don't have a problem with the Koopalings being in the game. I was so happy for them to be in Mario Kart.
Right.
Because I'm happy that they came back. They came back in, Super Mario Bros. The new Super Mario Bros., the one for the Wii.
Yeah. And then they've been in pretty much everything
they've been pretty much everything since. They've been, like, the bad guys, which is cool, because, like, Bowser needed minions, and they were the perfect minions that came out of Super Mario World in 1991. Did they come out in Mario 3?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did. They did. That's when they first had their airships. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, I'm happy they're in the game, but they should have just been their own character. There's plenty of, like, if you look on, like, the menu, there's plenty of roster space still. You can tell, like, the menu is, like, cropped a little bit.
Right. Also, furthermore, I think the Koopalings could have been alts for Junior if Junior wasn't in the clown car and didn't fight the way he does.
And another thing is that his final smash is Shadow Mario.
Which doesn't...
The Koopalings have no relation to Shadow Mario whatsoever.
Bowser Jr. barely even has a relationship to Shadow Mario anymore.
Yeah, because he only uses it in Sunshine.
Right. Yeah. That's it.
His Final Smash should have just been like this big air shit that comes through and just like rockets, like cannonballs out.
Which would have fit for all of them.
Yeah, it would have been like K. Rool esque. How come K. Rool has never gotten into the game? There's no Donkey Kong villain. K. Rool should be in the game. I don't like K. Rool at all. I think like he's cooler in the Donkey Kong games than he is in other games. Super Sluggers.
Oh, you mean with the 0 speed stat?
Oh my god, yeah. But yeah,
0 speed stat and tiny hitbox.
Captain K. Rool would be cool. We already know that Ice Climbers are not coming back, even in DLC. Sakurai said that like, yeah,
They have no future.
they're
Those were literally his words. They have no future.
they're sitting on the sidelines cheering on for Ike. Actually, now they're cheering for Villager. Villager's living in their stead.
Villager's weird though.
Yeah. One thing I don't like about this game is the fact. At first, I liked it. I thought it was a cool idea. The way that rankings are, like your global ranking.
They're kind of just a meaningless number.
Yeah, it's just how many they instead of showing like for you guys that don't know, in game there's a stat called GSP. That's how many people you outrank.
Global Smash Power.
Yeah.
The higher the number,
the more people you beat. So that's essentially saying that you're a high rank. So say, for example, you have a GSP of 1 million in Classic mode. That means that you outrank 1 million. Well, it means you outrank 1 million people.
You beat 1 million people's high scores.
And like at first I was
awesome.
At first I was like, oh, that's cool. You know,
it sounds really cool.
Put yourself in a chart. You're like, oh yeah, I outrank 1 million people. But there should be an option where like you could press Y or X
to see how many people outrank you.
Or like just to show you like your actual rank.
Right, I agree.
And or show you like 1 million out of blank people.
Right.
Because I think in like my classic mode, I outrank like 1.5 million people.
But how many
people I don't know
you?
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or not.
Because
like, am I in the top 50 or am I in the top like 8,000? Or am I in the top million? Or like what? Where am I in this?
From what I understand, there's over 2 million players.
Well, there's over 2 million players, and I outrank 1.5 million. Well, I'm pretty good. That's a pretty good number. Yeah. And like I used Yoshi to do it, and Yoshi's not a hard hitter, and it's damage based pretty much.
Yeah, it is. That's all it is. If you get hit a lot of times, it's better than hitting hard.
Yeah.
I agree with Joe on the Global Smash Power. It sounded.
I liked it at first. I thought it was an awesome idea, and
right.
Like once it was like really like
it became,
in my face, I was like, yeah, it's kind of stupid.
It's like, yay. Yeah, cool. It's a meaningless number.
Yeah, no, it has
without like an out of scale because there's literally that's
and the thing is that like
that's it. There's no scale to it.
And like even for glory, there's no way to check your GSP on that.
Right.
So
like,
it's like
the one thing where they
one
use
thing where like yeah, there's
like if you could compare your win rates to other people online, that'd be perfect. But you can't.
Yeah, like
come on.
Like your actual record, like I'm 46-5. Then like compared to you, I would outrank you.
Right.
Because your record isn't bad, but you're definitely not 46-5.
No, I'm like 100 something and 30 something.
You've played 100 games already.
I've won 100 games.
You've played 150 games already?
No.
You said you're like 130, so that's like almost 150 games. I've played 50. You've played 300% of what I've played.
I've won a lot of them.
How are you not beating my Yoshi?
Because people don't use Yoshi online. They all use Little Mac.
Yeah, no, Little Mac is such an easy win. All you do is you sit there and you wait for him to kill himself.
I'm gonna jump at you. Oh, nope, missed the edge.
I did it to a Charizard yesterday. I waited for him to use Flare Blitz. Which, by the way, Flare Blitz is so scary.
And then it misses.
And, I shielded, and, like, I was like, oh, crap. I'm gonna get hit with this. But then I spammed Egg Throw to get over him. So, like, it was like, oh, God. Just burned my tail off. At least I'm alive. But, yeah. So, I'm gonna start wrapping this up. Overall, what would you rate Smash Bros. 3DS?
I think it's a very good game. It definitely builds up hype for the Wii U version, which we did not even talk about, but we'll get to that when the Wii U version comes out.
We're reviewing this Smash Bros. 3DS version.
Right.
Pretty sure you don't have to talk about the Wii U version today. Come on, get it together.
I like the trophies. Trophies are always cool.
Trophy Rush is fun.
Trophy Rush is fun.
I like the shop. The shop is pretty cool.
I like the shop.
I'm almost out of play coins, so I gotta sit there and like get more play coins.
I am out of play coins.
I'm gonna have to go back to changing my date so I can get more than 10 a day. Put it in my pocket as I walk around to work.
That's cheating.
Oh well.
Yeah, you make like they don't feed you gold. That's a.
Oh yeah, the gold it becomes pointless after a while. Like
It'd be nice if you could buy custom moves.
yeah. You earn gold by doing like classic Smash
Everything.
Run, everything you do,
Everything.
and you can use those golds to either like raise the intensity of classic mode, play a trophy rush for a long period of time, or buy trophies from the shop. And I think I already have like 85,000 coins. If this was Mario Kart, I would already have the golden glider.
It was that easy.
Yeah, so back to rating games.
The music is great. The graphics are really good for a 3DS game, and it's generally lag free.
It's a little bit laggy on one.
Generally lag free. Although I will say the Pikmin look absolutely retarded. It's because they're at 30 frames per second with the assist trophies and Pokeball, and with the Pokemon and the assist trophies, I never really noticed a problem with it. But seeing the Pikmin stand next to Olimar,
It's so dark outside. It's like this rainy, dreary day.
yeah, like seeing the Pikmin stand next to Olimar is kind of derpy. And the pink Pikmin aren't like that at all. The pink Pikmin are fine.
Because they're not active. They're
Right. The other 3 Pikmin that follow Olimar are all like...
because I almost had like 60 frames per second, right? So that they're like at half.
Right.
They'll probably fix it. I think they'll.
In the Wii U version, probably.
Yeah.
It's a technical
So
thing.
if you would
The 3DS
rate
is
this game from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, like 10 being a great game, the best it could be, what would you rate it?
I think I would rate it either a 7 or an 8. It's definitely a great game. There's definitely a lot of fun to it. There's a lot of replayability. But I feel like there's a little bit missing to it, namely online Smash Run. And it's a little bit too difficult to get custom moves.
Yeah, agreed. I agree. It's a little bit too difficult to custom moves. Which is fine because you're not supposed to be able to get those. I don't mind difficulty. I don't mind.
Right.
But at the same sense, Smash Bros is not supposed to be a game about farming.
Exactly, and that's exactly what you gotta do to get these moves. Between getting general equipment or even getting repeats.
I love the challenges. Yeah, that's the thing that bothers me. You could get repeats. I'd rather get nothing than get a repeat. And there'll be times where like I'll do Smash runs and I'll pick up 3 custom moves and I'll get the same exact fucking one.
Yeah, that happened to me too once.
Yeah, I got like 3 fucking egg bombs. Like the timed egg ones.
I got 3 mighty winged Pikmin.
But yeah, no, I actually agree. We actually do agree then because I rate this game a 7, a solid 7, not 7.5, not an 8. I think it's a 7 because after a while there's just nothing to do on it.
Yeah,
I love the challenge system.
the online is fun.
The online is fun, but then after a while you're just like, okay, I've played 10 games and I have nothing to show for it. Yeah, I have wins and stuff, but no one's seeing that anyway.
Exactly.
It'd be cool, like if it like now that we have the new Miiverse, if it would link your wins
To the Miiverse.
to your Mii. So like if people who have Smash Bros and are playing Smash Bros, and if I'm playing Smash Bros, they could go to their friends list, look at me, and see my win record.
That's interesting.
And another thing is, please Nintendo, this is a Nintendo problem, not a Smash Bros problem. Can I please have more than 100 friends? Because I've been full for almost a year.
It's all Pokemon's fault.
It's all Pokemon's fault. When Pokemon X and Y came out, I got a Steel Safari. I was lucky to get 2 out of 3 of the rares. I had Escadrille and Metang, and people went crazy for it.
I wish I had 100 friends. At least it helps. At least it helps your Street Pass Me Plaza. Fills that up, right?
Yeah, too bad I don't even fucking use it.
Yeah, nobody does.
But yeah, no, I rated it a 7 out of 10.
I also rated it.
I think there's a lot of things that could be improved. I think that a lot of things will be improved.
The music's nice.
To be honest, I think I'm gonna rate the Wii U version just about the same. Because I was so certain I was gonna suck at this version, but it just hasn't happened. I was like, oh boy, I'm not gonna be able to play on the GameCube controller because that's the only thing that like I agree with hardcore gamers about.
To be completely honest, because I used the Wii remote and nunchuck instead of the GameCube controller, I really don't see what's so great about the GameCube controller.
I think the GameCube controller is the most perfect controller ever. But yeah, so let me just explain the giraffe onesie. Today's Friday. Today's the second day of New York Comic Con. We live in New York, in case you guys didn't know that. We are from New York City. Except for our two lovely shirt models and Kino, who lives in Miami.
Kino could be a shirt model.
Kino could be a shirt model, yeah. He designs them. He's a great designer. But me, Axel, Jay, and Evan, we all live in New York City. Evan has been at Comic Con.
I think he's going to.
Oh, he's on Saturday and Sunday. Unfortunately, I had to sell my passes because I could not get off of work. Jay didn't have a chance to even like look at passes this year. So, because he went last year with his friends, but that was like before Big Shark was even a thing. But we will not be at Comic Con.
We will,
however. But on Sunday, we will, however, be walking around Manhattan between 42nd Street and 53rd Street. Pretty much all the avenues from like 5th through 8th. I will be wearing this giraffe onesie, so look at that tail.
They can't see the tail.
There's my tail. I will be wearing my giraffe onesie. So this is kind of like...
I will not be wearing anything special. Maybe I'll be wearing my NES sweater. I don't know. Oh wait, I got the Pac-Man jacket.
Oh, you can wear the Pac-Man jacket, yeah. So we're probably going to be walking around, around Central Park, Rockefeller Center, maybe Bryant Park, where Pokemon 10th Anniversary was held, where I lost my Pokemon Emerald version.
Oh, I was thinking about that.
Still mad about that. Wasn't my fault.
Find us.
Find us, yeah. I will probably be updating our Instagram, which is instagram.com/BigSharkGaming.
One word.
Yeah, no underscores anymore. We finally were able to get the Big Shark Gaming page. I'm not high-fiving you. This is the second time, Jay. But yeah, it's instagram.com/BigSharkGaming. I will be uploading pictures throughout the day as to where we are. If you want to come meet us and come hang out with us for a little bit, let's do that. There's plenty of places to go grab coffee. There's Nintendo World. We can sit down and play some Smash Bros. We can sit down and play some Pokemon. I'll have my 3DS with me. Joe will have his 3DS with him. Yeah, unfortunately, Axel won't be able to come because he has some family matters to attend to. But yeah.
And you can't see his face.
Oh, yeah.
That.
Yeah, he has a hidden face syndrome. Whenever he kind of cowers away in the corners like Boo. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks again for your continued love and support. We just broke 500 followers to combine.
And if you want to come meet us, thanks to that.
Yeah, so, bye.
Bye with my hand.